Hobby Homies Beers and Banter, episode 22, where you're joined by your hosts.
Hi, Fox.
And
Shane.
I'm also here. I'm Tracy.
Oh, there we go. Cool. I liked it. I just would like it to be like better.
Whoa.
The intro.
Yeah.
Look, I liked it too, but I think it needs to be a little less.
A little less you.
So
Just
like,
less.
Too much? Not enough.
And that's why we work. Somewhere in between. I liked everything you did. I just didn't like that you were the one that did it.
Oh.
And now that the banter started, this is Beers and Banter. I don't know where to jump in because you've done all the hard yards. The episode's basically done.
It's done, yeah. Thanks for listening.
Dang it, I've been Fox. Yeah, so we're a Hobby Homies podcast. We do this thing every Thursday where we drink beers, talk banter.
Yep.
Usually pertains to hobby kind of things.
Yeah.
And this episode is no different, obviously. But we got a few, so we're just going to kick back. But first, why on earth are we drinking Pure Blondes?
Because you wanted low-carb beer.
That's right, I did. You passed the test, Shane.
And then also I thought they tasted good, so.
Yeah, you backed me up because you were like, I'm going to get the slab this round, boys. Can we do Pure Blondes again? I was like, oh, thank goodness.
And no, we didn't reply. So he's like, I got the Pure
Yeah,
Blondes.
it was like a minute later.
No, it was at least
in the
5. It was at least 5.
Okay.
Because I meant to message you guys earlier. I was like,
So he's standing
shit, I was
in
meant
the
to do
cold
this.
room. He's like, it's getting real cold in here. I didn't bring a beanie.
In my head, it was such little time that he was holding the slab at the counter, shaking because it's so heavy.
And the lady behind the counter's like, so do you want to put that down? He's like, no, I'm waiting for a reply.
Dude, he's got his phone sitting on top of the case and he's like typing with his nose.
Hilariously,
You guys.
it's actually not too far from the truth. Like, I walked into the cold room, and then I was like, shit, wait, I was meant to message those guys about this like, last night. And then I walked out, messaged you guys, walked back in, and stood next to the thing waiting
Thinking
for a
we will
reply.
reply
I'm like,
instantly.
yeah, they'll get back to me. They're usually pretty quick. 2 minutes, nothing.
We usually
Walked
are
out of the
pretty
cold
quick.
room,
Yeah,
walked back in,
that's
nothing. Fuck it, I'm getting the blondes.
And then as soon as you were like, I got the blondes, we were like, sweet man, yeah, blondes are perfect.
Literally, yeah.
I was mowing the lawn and I checked my phone and I'm like, I got the blondes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was up in a roof.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell were you doing in a room?
I was running cables. Yeah,
of course
yeah.
you were.
I was up on a roof, and I actually saw the phone light up in my pocket through my pants, and I pulled it out, and I think I saw you said something, and I was like, oh sweet, all right, I'll get back to him in a sec. And then by the time I got down, I read it, and it was like, you boys want Pure Blondes? I got Pure Blondes. I was like, all right, sweet dude, yeah. It's like the 2 times we were incapacitated with clutch decision making. But you know what? I respect your, what do you call it, when you go out and do initiative.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done
you.
taking such a brave decision like buying the same beers we had last week.
It was a brave decision.
He's sweating.
I
It's
was
like, fuck, what if they don't want them?
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
well done staying away from the
What
moon
if they
dogs.
want to? Yeah, what if they want to dry though? I was like,
Never an issue.
dry blondes. Well, I was really digging the flavor of the blondes, so I'm gonna get the blondes. Fuck those guys. Don't
Damn.
tell them that.
You already did. This is the thing where
Oops.
this is a conversation you're having out loud.
Churchy's doing finger guns.
Yeah, stop doing finger guns. Stop shooting the people you didn't want to hear the conversation. You're drawing more attention to yourself, Churchy. Anyway, this is Biz and Bertha. I want to talk some hobby stuff.
Yeah.
Church, you can chime in on this if you have any.
Yeah.
But as a young virgin lad, in this regard, I want to talk about we got stacks we could talk about. By the way, it's all right. We'll talk about that after.
Okay.
Our hobby confessions, because I have a few, and it's just eating me up inside. So I wanted to
Of course
share them.
it is.
Yeah. After 2009, I don't want to see another priest, so I'm here with you guys. So I'll kick it off because I'll bear all in this episode.
Like you did for the priest.
I set that up for you. You're welcome.
Yeah, true.
It's fine. He's in jail now. So, and therapy's on him. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that.
I don't know, dude.
Oh well.
This is
Beers
Beers
and
and
Banter.
Yeah, it is.
So, This is probably the biggest one. I don't want to start with this. This is a good one, actually. Let me start with a crappy one. All right. Before the episode, you guys were. I was laughing along with you guys, reminiscing about South Park episodes. So I wrote down, I've never watched South Park. It's not a hobby confession. That's just I wanted to get that off my chest early.
How can you not have?
Yeah, I don't know. But then I remembered that I had watched that one episode. Well, that one scene from one episode. And I've actually watched the World of Warcraft episode.
Of course you have.
Because everyone has, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like, everyone's like, probably like me, heard of South Park and was just like, whatever. Everyone's talking about it. I'm too cool for that. And then you watch the World of Warcraft episode and you're like, well, this is all right. This is okay.
Yeah.
This is good. This is relevant to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I better. But is it too late?
No.
Is it too late
No,
to
bro.
go back?
Dude, if you got
That's
Amazon,
timeless.
if you got Amazon Prime,
No.
get it, and
Okay.
then you can
All
watch
right.
from season 1 to 2400 or something. They've got a
Wow.
lot.
No,
One of
wow.
the best parts of South Park. Look at what year that season was released. Look at whatever political issues or random things
Yeah,
are going
they
on in
cover
the world
it.
at that time,
Yeah.
and they will take the piss about
Yeah,
it.
they don't care.
Great.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
That's awesome.
And they get away with it too. 'cause
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what they've
man.
always done.
Yeah.
So,
They probably did it for like 5-6 seasons while they were reasonably niche
Yeah,
and small.
yeah.
And then it became what they do. So by the time people cottoned on and got angry, it was like, well, you can't stop
It's
us
too
now.
late. Yeah.
The avalanche has begun.
which is
Yeah.
refreshing that there's still something out there that can kind of get away with some of the stuff they get away with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Provide social commentary without being cancelled.
Mm.
Because that's, it's funny. I was just talking with my mate about that today. About how it's like weird in 5 years. Like, I don't even know if we could say some of the stuff we say on the podcast. I'm like, if people heard that, I'd get cancelled.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. We're not South Park status yet.
No.
If we ever crawl our way up there, we'll
But
be.
you do have that clause. This is beers and banter.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
You can say what we want.
Well-
anything can happen.
We can say whatever we like.
Kim Jong Un.
That.
Fuck that guy. Am I right?
Oh my God.
What?
Whoa. We don't feel that way either.
Donald Trump.
Is change spending on me, not based on the hobby homies podcast.
These opinions do not reflect the hobby homies. Yeah. 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 Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un. All right. I have another one. I want to back it up. I want to back it up with an actual hobby confession.
It is again, dude.
I don't like painting or building.
No. No. Oh,
Yeah.
taken back, dude.
No way.
Not even sure I like playing.
I hate hobby.
I call bullshit.
Well, so there are times that I have enjoyed, but typically, well, first of all, never building. I don't know if I've ever enjoyed building.
But you like airbrush painting.
Yeah, it's okay.
But you enjoy the aspect of it getting a bunch of stuff done quick.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a
There you go.
quickie kind of guy. It's not the painting though that I enjoy. It's the fact that
satisfaction
they're
of
done.
getting it done.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But you see, this hobby, right? This hobby has so many aspects where there's so much to be enjoyed,
Yeah.
right? Like a video game, you spend $80 on a video game.
Yeah.
You only enjoy that video game while you play it.
Yeah.
This hobby, right? You spend $80 on a box of models.
Yeah.
You enjoy building them.
No.
Painting them. You could. You could.
Yeah.
You
I see
could
typically
enjoy 'em.
If you're
the
not
average
fucked.
person.
You
Yeah.
could
yeah.
spend 10 hours building them, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they're I don't know. Like I think that's reasonable for a box of 10 dudes. An
Yeah.
hour to build each one. Maybe if there's a fair few parts and
Oh,
stuff.
if you like.
And you like
Especially if you
cleaning
like
them up
detail.
and
Yeah,
yeah. And then you might spend fucking countless hours painting them.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy both those steps, you've got your money worth.
Yeah.
Plus your profit is the time you enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
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 So that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic for your average player, yeah. But Fox here, he's just admitted that he doesn't like either of those
Yeah. All
steps.
those things you just said do not apply to me whatsoever.
So enlighten us.
Yeah, but you're a
Why
fuck.
would I play? See, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a rebuttal I wasn't prepared for, but it's a good one. So you're right about on all counts.
Yep.
Guilty. I plead guilty on that one. Yeah, that's true. I don't even know what I like about the hobby, to be honest.
You like playing games. You like building lists.
Yeah, I think
you
I
like
think
tactics.
So. I like lore as well.
Yeah.
I think I like everything else that doesn't actually require you to.
I'm going to try something
models.
out here. I think you might also enjoy seeing what other people are doing, like enjoying what other people are getting up to.
I really do.
In this space that you like.
Yeah, I really do. Like games that I don't even play. I just
Yeah.
enjoy seeing what people paint.
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing about and the most underrated aspect of this hobby, and people don't actually appreciate that they're building and painting something that only in the entirety of the existence of humanity, they've only ever done that.
Yeah.
That exact model, no one has ever done it that exact same way.
No.
That's art.
You can copy a scheme,
Yeah.
but it's still going to be your own in some sort of way.
You can use the same colors, the same method. You can follow the YouTube video tutorial to a T,
Yeah.
but it's got your flair in it
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I froth. I like watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is, it's tricky because I don't like building or painting models. But when I see an army, but I still wouldn't be able to buy someone else's painted army because when I put it on the table and someone comes up to me and says, "Nice paint job," I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not mine." You know?
Yeah, but you could just say thanks and never see that person
like,
again.
No. No.
No, you could.
No,
You
but
could
not
just
in
be
my
like,
head. I see them every day.
Shane does raise a valid point. You could do one of those cheeky little fibs.
You're at CanCon.
Yeah.
Old mate walks up to you and says, "Sweet paint job, dude." You're like, "Thanks, man." Never see that person
Nah.
again in your fucking life.
I see them every day in my head as the person I lied to or suggested I painted that army.
lie to me?
or tell them, say,
paint those models.
Cold sweats tossing and turning in the
these are-
back.
these are mine.
commissioned
Oh,
to be painted.
I didn't commission. I didn't technically lie.
You cannot lie to the void.
Anyway. Anyways, sometimes I do. But yeah, it's interesting. I both don't like those things, but I also wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't want anyone else to build or paint my models.
I know.
So, anyways, that's my hobby confession. That's the hobby confession sound, by the way. Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
Clip it. Mine was better. What do you got, Shane? What do you got?
My hobby confession.
Yep.
I like to paint miniatures.
That's not a confession. You're not getting Hail Marys for that one.
I don't like batch painting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Does that count?
That
Yeah.
does count, I
Does that count?
think. Because
He
it's
likes that.
Yeah, I do like that.
Because he likes efficiency.
Getting it done quick.
It's
It's not,
In and out.
why your
In and
wife
out.
isn't happy with you.
That's why I'm here.
You're efficient.
Too efficient. My child.
It's like, if I'm just 5 minutes quicker, that'll be 5 more minutes that I can batch paint.
And then if I batch paint, that's 5 minutes quicker.
That means I can go for round 2 in like half an hour.
So that's your hobby confession?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds so disappointed. Yeah, that's mine.
No, look, I've tried batch painting. And
Yeah.
I have done it, and I see the benefits of it, but I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
I like to
always-
see a miniature go from nothing to done.
Yeah.
And then on to the next one.
Okay.
And it's not efficient.
I'd love science to just get their hands on your brain.
I have a question for you, Shane.
Sure.
So if you say you had to paint an army of like 200 dudes,
Yeah.
and obviously, so it seems like you like that individual kind of like seeing each model kind of become its own thing.
Yeah.
Would you like? I'm assuming that there would be some aspects that you would batch paint with such a large army.
Yeah, I'd probably like build and base them
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
as a batch.
Yep.
And then like paint it like that. I
So
don't.
you wouldn't
yeah.
even do like build base and then like one layer of colors just to get the basic color scheme, or would you do each of those individual?
It'd
or-
probably depend if I had a time frame.
Yeah.
If I like had to
So
have
I'm
these
curious
done
about
by an
that.
event, maybe I would.
Yeah.
Or like if I had to have them done for for some particular reason, not just the fact that I want them to get them done,
Yeah.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I wonder how much your tune would change if you had that age-old, ancient technique of an airbrush.
Yeah, probably.
If you had an airbrush, I can't fathom that you would put red in there once and paint one blood angel with it. You're like, oh,
Nah.
I turned it on, made the
Yeah.
space.
Yeah,
Surely
you,
then.
you bang on. If that was the case, then I would batch paint.
But when
with
you're
an
hand
airbrush.
painting, you're like, well, we had this today in our Discord, and Rad made a good point. when he was talking about breaking up the monotony of painting one army.
Yep.
He paints like a little bit of his nids, and then what's he on now?
He was doing
He did Grey Knights first.
Yeah.
Nids, then Grey Knights, then he's doing something else today.
But wasn't it his mates Grey Knights or something?
It was, yeah. So he
yeah.
paints a little bit of everything to break up the monotony.
Yeah.
Posted a funny picture of someone who'd painted up a bunch of custodes, and then to break up that, they drew a penis on the little radar thing on the speed bike thing.
Yeah.
On the Praetor, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Virtus Praetor. No, I don't know. Anyways, it's kind of like that with you. So instead of, you don't want to paint the whole red army, layer it up on 5 different minis.
No.
Once you do the red, you want to swap to the leathers, and then you want to swap to the gunmetal. And,
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, it's been so long since you painted red, you're happy to go again.
But because painting is therapeutic to me. Like to get a mini done from start to finish
Yeah.
is therapeutic. I feel like if I was to batch paint it, it may feel like a chore.
Okay.
May feel like work.
It's funny you say that. When I painted my little Test of Honor mini last night, I just did that one mini. And
Yeah.
it was different. It was therapeutic. I could take my time because I was like, I don't have to do this again for a long time.
Yeah.
Until my next model.
It's just one guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. And I'll carry on that mentality of it's just one dude
Yeah.
across 5 or
Even
10.
though you know there's 20 dudes
Yeah.
sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
That's,
I
I think, the barrier I have, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I
like,
can't
I mean,
trick my brain.
you play it differently as well. Like you'll almost buy an entire army.
Almost.
And then
I will
and
buy
then,
an entire army.
Yeah, and then you'll build it and paint it, and then you've got 100 models in front of you.
Yeah.
I generally don't buy an entire army in one
Yeah.
go, unless it's like a Indominus box or something like that,
Yeah.
right? But like,
Smart.
yeah, yeah. So like maybe that as well like helps with it not feel so monotonous and is like a chore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, nah, that's spot on. Because, I mean, I get myself stuck in a rhythm that I'm totally aware I do, but can't stop myself.
Yeah,
I'm like a deer in headlights. I'm like, buy an entire army because I build a list in my head that I want to play. Go buy that. Got 60 to 200 models I need to paint.
yeah,
Whip out the airbrush, do a batch of them. Realize this is going to take me way too long. I'm
Yeah.
never going to get this done. Sell the army. Now I've got one less army, which means I've got an army slot in my availabilities. Plus all this money from selling the army. I'm like,
buy another
I'm gonna
army.
build another army.
Yeah, yep.
So,
Okay, one quick tidbit. I feel
Yeah.
like an interesting side effect of that style of painting is probably that the details come up sharper because you're so focused on that one thing.
Yeah.
If
yes,
that makes sense.
definitely. Yeah. There is merit in batch painting for details because you get so good at doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
But it is different when you're doing something because you enjoy doing it. You experiment, you push things. Whereas when you're batch painting, your goal is efficiency. Do it clean, do it quick, as fast as I can.
yeah,
You don't have that freedom to, and I learned that painting this Test of Honor mini where I was just like, I'm just painting this one guy.
yeah.
There's no goal
No,
except to just enjoy painting. And I was able to like test blending and all these kind of things. So
I find
respect that.
when I enjoy painting a model, like I'll spend hours on the smallest of things that
Yeah.
I may not even really notice at the end.
yeah,
If I don't enjoy a model, I'll skip like half the detail on it.
yeah,
I won't paint every little trinket or every
Yep.
like little bit of metal or whatever. Sometimes I just leave it like fucking the base color, and like I hate myself for doing that
yeah,
because you look at the model and you go, oh, it looks unfinished.
yeah,
Right. It's got main colors. It looks half done. But then like the model that comes to mind, which I actually really enjoyed painting, was my my Redemptor Dreadnought. You know that big.
which you also
that big
hated
boy?
painting.
Well, by the end of it, yeah. But
It's like a 20-hour paint job or
yeah,
something.
but I loved it up until that last maybe 20%.
When we thought we were going to play a Crusade game the other night as well as Test of Honor, but then we frothed Test of Honor so much we just kept hitting Test of Honor.
Yeah.
I picked up your Redemptor Dreadnought, and it's one of those ones that, like, when you see it in the flesh, oh my goodness, I had to change my pants afterwards.
I'm probably that's probably the like one of the models I'm most proud of.
Yeah.
Like
All your Patreon models are phenomenal, but
you.
this is a different kind of incredible.
I don't know.
The
I don't
scale.
know how. Like yeah, probably because it's so
scale.
big. Yeah.
And the fact that, like, if you looked at that and someone airbrushed it, you'd be like, yeah, it looks sweet, great transition, smooth, but it's got that hand-brushed charm to it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's just got a different, yeah, it's sick. It's a sick model.
you.
First thing I picked up, you came over, I was like, here it is. The thing I've seen in photo. I remember I was asking you for photos, like, every week. I was like, can you send me that Dreadnought again?
yeah.
I'm gonna have to see photos of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't do it justice, but
It's on
it
the
does look
Instagram.
dope. Yeah, it's on the gram.
Hobby Homies Instagram.
What's that? Instagram, Hobby Homies?
Something like that.
I got another confession. Didn't know mold lines were a thing for 14 months of my hobby. The first 14 months, I didn't actually know they existed.
I literally couldn't see them.
Yeah, they
I'm
didn't
like,
exist to me.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like they always say, like the when the Europeans arrived in the Americas, right?
Oh, this
they
is a
say
tangent
that-
I can't wait for.
They say that the natives couldn't see the ships. Yep.
Yep.
Because they didn't understand what they were, so they weren't there
Oh.
to them,
Wow.
right? But like, that's what mold lines were to me. I couldn't
Yeah.
see them because they weren't there to me. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
understand what they were.
I can't really fathom not like if you saw a ship.
But
Surely
think
you would-
about this, right? Think of it. We know what ships look like.
Yeah.
We know what planes look like. We know what helicopters look like.
Yeah.
If you saw a fucking UFO, right,
Yeah.
it would blow your mind that hard.
Yeah.
Chances are your brain would just be like, nah, I didn't see shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Or it's like, oh, it's a piece of garbage in the sky.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a
There's an
reason.
excuse for everything, right?
So they see a ship on the horizon, they're like, ah, it's a mirage, or they don't even register.
They
it
can't
as a
even
thing.
comprehend what it is.
Because that's what it's not like we saw mold lines and we're like, oh, that's interesting feature. We just
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Nah.
I wonder if that church is bringing in
Cheers,
the next
bro.
round of beers. That's what's all like clanking is.
Yep.
The old tin man, the old glass man.
You gotta let the audience know that the beers are coming.
They're coming strong. Sorry for all those that I just made uncomfortable. And you're welcome to those I did something else for. Yeah. You don't notice them.
Nah.
And then someone says, I remember, it's funny, it was like this moment where I had some sort of like epiphany combined with flashbacks, combined with a seizure maybe, where I went into the store and I was like, what's this? And they were like, that's a mold line remover. And I was like, mold lines? Removing. There's a thing called, that's what the things on the top of my Tyranid Hormagaunt scythes are. It's not a line because that's just, oh my God, how many of these are there? And then I flip it over and I'm like,
Yeah.
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. And like, it's one of those things, no one told me about it.
No.
You just said, that's a mold line remover. You don't have one? I'm like, I don't need one, I don't think. I was wrong.
Yep.
I was wrong.
You must remove your mold lines.
You have to.
Yeah.
I actually missed mold. And like now, you only notice when you miss them.
Oh, yeah. And it's when you put the first coat of paint on there, too.
Yeah.
You don't see it when you prime it.
And you take I sometimes notice after I've done like a fair chunk of the model and I take a photo to post in the Discord to say, what can I do? Like, how can I do this? And I'll be like, it's a fucking mold line. I missed it. It's on the arm.
Yeah.
How did I miss it?
I was painting one of my, what was it? Somethings. And it was on the thigh. Like, it was like
Oh,
smack
no.
bang. It was so obvious, man.
Yep.
And I'm just like, how did I miss that?
Yep.
Like,
I remember hello there. I remember I painted you are a bold one. I painted a Patreon mini and I saw a mold line on the back of the leg and I started again.
yeah. Man, mold lines are like the curse, I think.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
plague.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
actually-
once you've started painting, can you not?
You
Nah,
can.
yeah.
I do. I do sometimes.
But you scrape the primer off, so you
So you have to
could.
kind of repair. the
Yeah.
whole thing.
You got
Yeah.
to fix up that section, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to
I
do.
only do it if it's like real obvious.
Yeah.
If it's like somewhere that you probably won't see unless you like flip it upside down, then I don't really worry about
Yeah.
it. But like,
Yeah, if you miss the part under the gun barrel,
yeah.
not ideal, but not the end of the world.
But some models are worse for it than others. I've
Yeah.
seen some brilliant like sculpts where I'm like, there's almost no mold lines on these. You know, like
yeah. Well,
I was actually pretty impressed with the Ashigaru from the starter set, the Warlords games.
yeah, they're actually pretty good. But
yeah.
one of the people in the Discord who happens to know a thing or two about a thing or two said that the depth of the mold line depends on how many prints
Yes.
that printer has ran.
How worn out it is, basically.
So it's not like I used to think, oh man, this kit's phenomenal for mold lines, but actually no, it's
It's just brand new.
it's whether or not like they've what I don't know what they don't change the printer, I guess, but
They would change the molds.
Hmm.
They would replace them after they wear.
so yeah, they wear down, and that's
Yeah.
when more stuff sort of seeps through
Yeah.
and creates those mold lines. Whereas if it's a fresh print,
Yeah.
like if you got one of the early Indominus boxes, I must have because my mold lines are terrific.
Yeah.
I got an early Kill Team box, I assume,
Yeah.
and that had some Skitari that had no mold lines. Some are
Yeah.
just like you run it over for the routine, but there's barely any
There's
mold
nothing
lines.
there, yeah.
And then some are basically a whole model of its own. You're like, this thing needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
You need to fix these
But
molds.
You know what? I've been sanding mine. I got
yeah.
a little SMS sanding pad,
Nice.
which is brilliant for taking off mold lines. Like, I take them down mostly with the scraper tool thing.
Yep.
You can use the back of like a scalpel or
Yep.
hobby knife or whatever, and then you go over a quick sand.
Yeah.
Comes up Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I forgot all about. I bought like a little diamond, whatever it is, sanding kit. A Vallejo one.
They're good for metal models.
Yes, I forgot all about it until I worked with it, like one of the metal Ashigaru.
Yeah.
And I just like ran it over and the line disappeared and it smoothed out and it was phenomenal. I was like, I should use this more on my plastics
Yeah.
because some plastics are tough. I have another confession. Do you have a confession?
Not really.
Okay, cool.
I'm
You basically
pure.
a priest. Yeah. Well,
no, I'm not a priest.
Well, not a priest, but
No, because I don't. You know.
Yeah, but you're a priest. You're like a cleric.
Sure.
I've got a list of 20, so maybe I'll just pick out one more. So far in my years of hobbying, I've tried many paints.
Yeah.
This is a controversial one, and this is my opinion, so it's the most valid.
Sure. To you.
Games Workshop paints are my favorite.
Oh.
Citadel paints are my favorite ones. Yeah,
Oh,
for a few
damn.
different reasons. I've used a few different paints where they just don't. They come out with a weird consistency.
Yeah.
You mix it with water and stuff and swirl it around and it gets good. But I've never had that with a GW paint, a Citadel paint.
Yeah.
I take it out of the pot, put it on the palette, it's smooth straight away.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. The way it interacts with the medium that's in there, I don't know. But that's happened on a few different paints. Another thing is, gets a lot of crap for being in a pot as opposed to a dropper bottle.
Yep.
Valid. Especially if you're airbrushing, you want a dropper bottle.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to pour and then pick it up and then some of the paint spills over the edge.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
And people are like, you can just repot it. I'm like, don't even talk to me. That's a terrible argument. I don't want to have to redo a part of the production process
Yeah.
for a company to give it validity.
Yeah.
Right? But when you're working off a wet palette, a dropper bottle, sometimes you squeeze it, it doesn't come out.
No.
You squeeze a little bit harder, you get
Too
a big
much
dollop.
comes out.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. You've got less control.
Yeah.
If I pull stuff out of a paint pot, I can control exactly how much I want
Yeah.
because I can use the tip of the brush to take a tiny little bit out
Yeah.
because I just want a tiny touch. Or that's not enough, so I'll take another scoop, add some more. Oh, that's too much, scrape it off on the side.
If you're painting a purity seal, you need one spot of red.
I don't
You
want to
need
drop out.
half
Yeah.
the dropper bottle.
So everyone's like, well, they have less mils per dollar than every other paint. I'm like, well, first of all, I would pay that just for like the consistency that comes out.
Yeah.
But I'm also using less paint because I can control exactly how much
Yeah.
I want to get on the palette.
Yeah.
Now, I am a GW fanboy. Not because I'm paid by them by any means, but it's because I just find their products are the ones I always go back to.
Yeah.
When we're talking plastic minis, we always go, man, these Star Wars Legion ones are really good. And then you pick up a GW kit and you're like, oh, I've forgotten how good these are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when you're working with metal models, you're like, yeah, they're dope. They're weighty. They're cool. I like the difference. But I don't like how their swords bend. And their detail must be as good as these hard plastic kits. Then you go across the GW and you're like, no, these
No,
are a
they're
league
not.
above everyone else.
Yeah.
So I'm confident in my opinion. I know there's way better painters than me that like these other brands, but I've tried a fair few.
Yeah.
And I just keep going back to GW.
I feel like there's always going to be paints in different brands that you will hang on to, that you'll stick with. Like,
Yeah.
there's a few GW paints which I'll never replace.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact right now. But I've started replacing some. Like, you know, I've been using Vallejo model. Is it color? Game color? No,
Is game
model
color.
color.
Model color.
Yeah. So like model color black has replaced my Abaddon black
Ooh, okay.
because I like the finish better.
Yeah, that's fine. And black's finish is pretty key, so
Yeah,
you got
and
to find the one you want.
That's
yeah.
a personal opinion.
Yeah.
I've tried with a few greys. I've tried a few metallics.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to replace like lead belcher and retributor armor, but I've got a good oily steel, which is a lead belcher with a little bit of blue in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like I bought a scale 75 color the other day, which I think is called decayed metal, which is like a very dark bronzy kind of color.
Yep.
Kind of like warp lock bronze of James
yep.
Workshop. You're familiar with that one?
Yep. I am.
I
am.
Yeah, which was always my go-to for that kind of color. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to try this one.
Yeah.
I always wish that I had have been exposed to more manufacturers early on,
Yeah, okay.
where
Yeah.
I would just go to the Games Workshop store and the manager would say, buy these colours. And I'd
Yeah.
be like, yeah, sick.
You'd know you'd want a green, and they'd be like, well, you want to buy base green,
Yep.
layer,
Like,
highlight.
and like, yeah, that's right. And like, that's fine. Like, that got me to where I am now, you know, but now I want to experience more and venture out a bit more and that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. So,
I found, the what do you call it? The routine? No, the process of that, just buying 3 existing paints
Yep.
and using those to layer, stagnated a lot of my painting growth.
I think so too.
Whereas
Yeah.
I just bought a scale 75, and whilst I don't rate the paints individually, like the quality of the paints, I still would go back to GW. But
Yeah.
it forced me to go, how can I layer these up, these different colors together, mix them together to get different consistencies, to get different highlights. If like I was never forced to do that in GW, you didn't have to think about that.
Nah,
which
it's all
might
done
be
for ya.
great when you're starting,
Yeah.
but it's like use this one, then the next one up is this one, the next one up is this one.
Yeah.
You're not doing any thinking. You're not experimenting at all.
No.
So, like you, I wish I was exposed early, where it was like, maybe if that experimentation phase was forced on you,
Yeah.
or I was like, if early on GW had done more stuff to show you what cool things you could have done when you mixed paints, and
Yeah.
maybe that's just us. We dove in nose deep. That's not the word. Nose first.
Yeah.
Something to do with that noses.
Something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, I still like I go back to them and I'm like, every time I take them from the pot, put them on the palette, I'm just like, what? Why do I stop using these? It's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you're right. There are colors in other ranges. There's specific colors where I'm like, if I'm using a gray with a lot of white in it, I kind of want to use I forget what it's called from Vallejo or whatever.
Yeah.
But then since then, like I was using that a few times and I went back to Ulthon Grey or whatever it is.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
consistency, and I was just like, covers so much better. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's my confession. Citadel paints. Keep going back to them.
Yeah.
Love them. Rate them.
Yeah. I agree with Kenny Boucher. Mephiston Red is the best red in the game.
Okay. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I used to rate Mig Red,
Oh,
but it's got a different finish to Mephiston. It's not as good.
yeah.
It's not as clean. It's a bit glossy.
They'll do it.
That'll do it. I don't think I have anything interesting to add,
No.
as usual. No.
I think it's time for Homie of the Week.
No. Oh, I already did cover all my things. I can throw the paper away. Homie of the week.
Homie of the Week. This week.
I've nominated. No, okay. Just kidding. I don't get a
Shut
say.
up.
Yes, sir.
Shane gets to do this bit.
Yes, sir. I'm
We
sorry.
talked about
I
this.
know. I
Yeah,
just
you-
thought it was a Tuesday, so I thought I don't know. I'm sorry.
Cut down.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Good lad.
Thanks, Churchy.
Please continue.
You go. You go, Shane.
Homie of the Week this week goes to Oliver in the Discord.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, for setting up the Star Wars RPG, which should be kicking off Sunday.
Which is the day that this episode drops.
No, it's not. This is Beers and Banter. This drops on Thursday.
Which is 3 days after this episode drops. Sorry, I got confused. It's been a long day. We've been here a while.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a massive thank you to you, dude. You know, you spent all this time, especially with me, building lists 2 times because I didn't
times.
save the first one.
Yep.
And hanging for it, man. It's gonna be so good.
And me having to ditch because of family things. And I think
Yes.
someone else ditch?
Pretty much everyone did. It was like me and Final Dinosaur last week, and we're like, let's just wait till all the boys are in back.
We're
in
just gonna be
town.
so good. You, me, Final, Burnsy,
Sunday.
Yeah.
all different.
7
It was
or
8
8 or
o'clock.
something. 8 o'clock on a Sunday.
But
If
it could
you're free,
change.
Churchy,
You might have to-
hit up Oliver
might
and
have to
create a
settle down,
character.
Oh
Yeah.
man, if you could get in on it.
Oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Star Wars RPG is gonna be sick.
Slap it on the
Yeah.
YouTubes.
Yeah.
Gonna
Yeah.
be sick. Yeah, and a shout out to Final Dinosaur for his birthday the other day.
Happy birthday, Final
Happy
Dinosaur.
birthday, dude! I think you're at least 20.
19, 20. I mean, he's at least 3.
Yeah.
That we know for sure. All the way from Yelbum.
What?
Yeah, Yelbum.
No.
Belgium?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Belgium.
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 All the way from Warsaw.
That's
Wash
Poland.
your Belgium.
Not Warsaw.
Oh.
What's he saying?
I got no
No, I
fucking
don't know. Sorry, I was
idea.
speaking in tongues.
Wash your.
And this will be the last Beers and Banner for 2020.
This will. And for the start of 2021.
Yeah. We have to say that.
Okay. There'll be no beers and banter till mid to late Jan.
Yeah.
We got some stuff.
We're coming up to Christmas and that. We got a whole bunch of stuff on.
Yeah.
But I know you guys will miss it, but it will be back.
How hard was it for you to say that? I know you guys will miss it. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
And I instantly wanted to just be like, well, I fucking won't.
You will,
Now I've
Churchy.
done
You'll
it.
miss it the most.
I
Yeah,
will.
now
I
you've
will.
done
It's
it.
true. I will
it.
miss it.
You've
I'll
done
miss
it.
it.
You'll miss editing it.
No, what? I'll miss
No,
it.
probably not.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's no trouble.
Yeah, we're coming up to Christmas break, so we're going to have like a little bit of time off. We're still going to try and get our episode every Sunday, which I think
We will get
done.
We'll get an episode every Sunday.
And we're going to miss the first live episode of January. But
That's
we'll
it.
have one of February, and we're going to make up for it. We've got some big things in the works,
Some spicy
in the pipes,
spicy pipe work.
in the pipe work,
Yeah.
piping out. Some
Shane likes
hot,
pipes.
steamy
All right,
products.
Shane. All right, Shane. He does love his pipes.
He does love his pipes, doesn't he?
His pipes love talking about pipes.
That's why he did that half-hour research on that.
On the
other
pipe.
episode, on the pipe.
He did actually. Yeah, the pipes. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Remember that?
things.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
how could I forget, dude?
He loves his
He loves his pipes. He does. He
Yeah,
loves them.
does.
He can't get enough of the pipes. He's always like, "Oh, hey guys, you want to know more about the pipes?" And we're like, "No,
Got
Shane,
this excellent picture from work, yeah?
it's a pipe.
Look at that.
That's a good pipe.
Yeah, it's a bloody beautiful pipe, mate.
It's my favourite pipe from the day. You can go on my blog and find Shane's favourite pipes.
That's shane'spipes.com
Yeah.
/pipes.
/index #. Most of the domains were taken, I'll be honest, by me previously from all the pipe love I had, but this one is different. It's modernized.
/ starting a new blog, yeah?
Dot
.com / about pipes.
.cn.cl/org. So if you got that, by the way, that's the website you can go to check out Shane's pipes.
Don't go there because there might be porn. I don't know.
It might be.
You know that 99% on the internet is porn.
That's the one exception.
Yep.
That's the one that's actually
That's
just
pipe
pipes.
porn.
Yeah, pipe porn. He owns the subreddit, pipe porn. Anyway, that's Biz and Banter. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
You've been here long enough, you know.
Well done.
Well done. If you thought, man, this is intolerable, these guys are just out of control.
Don't listen Sunday.
No need. No, I mean, listen Sunday. It's a Test of Honor episode. It's phenomenal.
It is good.
We're very excited for Test of Honor. We had much less beers at that point in time. It's much more cohesive. Well, I mean, it's more cohesive.
It's
Yeah.
a good episode. I'll vouch for
Thanks,
that. I
Churchy.
listened to it.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
So,
It's
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
But if you're finding this intolerable, lucky you, we're taking a break. No more beers and banter till mid to late Jan. So
Yep.
I've been Fox.
I've been Shane.
And I'm Churchy, and I'm going back in the void.
All right,
Because,
see you, mate. Yeah,
you know,
no, it's been good.
Met that quota and all that.
Yeah.
It's always saying, all right,
If he's
let's
in
see,
here
mate.
for another 3 minutes, we've got to pay him $12 more. So it's
Yeah.
best he goes.
Get the fuck out.
Peace!
Hooroo.
Hooroo.